Morning, thank you for coming. My name is Tim Clark, CEO of Fury Gold Mines. Of course, we've got to go through the disclosure. I'll take that as read. Just coming in here, just a little background on myself. I spent almost 25 years working for capital markets at a number of large global banks. Most recently, I spent 7 years at Bank of Montreal, working predominantly in the mining area, arguably one of the top research platforms globally. So when I came here to the company as on the board member a year ago, what I really liked was a couple of pathways I thought this company could take. I ended up becoming the CEO last September, so it's been about 9 months. We came off of a bad summer in the market. Stock was down 50%. We were running out of cash, and we set forth a plan of action. We moved from being a hybrid company to focus on what we are great at, which is exploration. And since that time, we've come through a number of hurdles, but predominantly we're focusing right now in Quebec. We're a Canadian high-grade exploration company. We've put together $15 million in the treasury. We've got $76.5 million in a company called Dolly Varden, which is about 33% of it. And we have a really outstanding exploration team, as well as board and chairman of the company. So these are some of the key aspects I've looked for over the last 20 years in trying to analyze and look for investment opportunities, and I think we check a lot of the boxes. On the flip side, we're also trading, even though we've come through a lot of hurdles, at half the valuation of our peer group in the space. And I think as you look for good ideas in this conference, we should be at the top of that list, in my view, coming with some of these metrics. Just going back to the team, 20 years working in the industry, I think every year I'm astounded at how important having a good management team is. If you don't have the culture, you don't have the experience, I think it's very hard to become successful. And the foremost thing that I tell people is look for that first, look for the financing, and look for the resource. As we go into our mines, again, it's Canadian focused. We had 4 assets this time last year. The core asset being in Éclair over in Quebec. We've got the joint venture with Newmont just north of that, 57 kilometers. We also had Committee Bay up near Nunavut, which is 157 kilometers from Meadowbank and Amaruq at Agnico Eagle. And then we had the fourth one, Dolly Varden, Homestake Ridge, which we sold to Dolly Varden 6 months ago. Basically, what I looked at here was we started out with 4 projects, and it's hard to do 4 things really well. And again, we wanted to focus in on what we're great at, which is exploration in an area like Quebec that is probably arguably the number 2 place in the world to be mining. Jumping over to our Homestake Ridge transformational sale, I really think this is a transformational sale for a company like this. We got $5 million in cash, $76.5 million in shares, which was equivalent to about $50 million. We're a company that is $105 million market cap. So you're looking at an enterprise value of about $40 million for this company with 3 major projects. The key to that sale, though, was we really liked it. We didn't want to leave it. We kept 2 board seats. We're working with Hecla to help advance it. This is an opportunity here in the silver and the golden triangle. We think we can take a lot more money out of this, and we're happy to be investors. At the same time, we're going to be able to take money out of the company starting February next year as we look for financing. We did a recent raise of $11 million, so we have $15 million in the bank. We don't need to ever raise money again, theoretically. Obviously, we want to grow, but technically, being able to save that as a junior mining company is pretty outstanding. I'll tell you this, that Hecla is, as you look at this photo, is 90% of the property in that area. They're really hoping that this translates this summer with their drilling program. I don't think it's a question of if, it's just when they buy the asset. Jumping down over to the ESG, obviously important thing in this day and age. Again, being capital markets, this is what everybody asks for every time you walk in a meeting. We take it really seriously. I'm a big proponent of it. We've raised our allocation of funds into the ESG. We have a board member who's not only an adjunct law professor, but she's also a First Nation Council member. And we just recently joined Digby, which is a online disclosure platform that helps rate companies. I think you're going to see this happening more and more. If you're not part of these programs, you're going to be left out in the cold. And it's an important thing, not just for your company disclosure, but also for where we live in the world. As we jump right into the mine itself, this is our core asset area. Eclair is 30 kilometers wide. We also have got the joint venture north, right near Newmont's Eleanor mine. The takeaway from this slide really is that 15 years ago you had to fly a helicopter in here, and now you can back up a truck to the property. The St. James Bay Dam development, which provides electricity to basically the northeast, has really changed that platform. It's a prolific area to be invested in. Bigger companies are coming in to look at it, and the first thing they ask about is economics. And when they see the power and the road system, it's extremely attractive and part of why we're doubling down in Quebec. As we look at the Eclair, this is the big region we have right now, land package. 90% of the drilling has been done in Eclair, 10% at Percival, but you can see a lot of the opportunities for exploration. Clearly, you make your money in exploration, and we've got a nice land package that we can spend a decade exploring. Right now, we're back at Eclair. We're drilling as of a couple weeks ago, and we're going to start drilling in Percival at the first of the month. Looking here quickly at the Eclair deposit, we're drilling over the extension. We got 4 holes there. We just moved over to the extension on the west, where we hit our last big hole last season. We're going to be drilling in the Panel B and Snake Lake later this summer. But again, look at all the white. It's going to get bigger. We know it's going to get bigger. We're finding gold everywhere. We just got to pull it all together, and that's what our program is designed to do. As we look out, just a little more detail, that large pink monolith is 200,000 ounces. Our targets are just to the east and a little bit higher is where we're doing a lot of our drilling. We're going to have assay results coming out in about 3-4 weeks. Percival, this is an area, 100,000 ounces was historically drilled. They were looking for an open pit. They missed that this was going on a down plunge extension. And not only did we find the down plunge extension, we found another untested parallel fold hinge 500 meters to the east and looking bigger. This is pure exploration for us, and we think it's going to be a big target of results coming out this summer. On the Eleanor JV South project, this is something that's not in our stock. This is one of the reasons why I like this as an investment opportunity. It's Newmont's Eleanor mine is really important to them. It puts them over the top in production from Barrick. We got Chichu deposit that's got 2 million ounces up to the northeast. Newmont's got ounces up north of them, and we got a potential anomaly that we've put together with data that we've found that wasn't even being used since 2006. I don't know what this is worth theoretically, but if Newmont, I'm telling you right now, Newmont likes it, and we both want to be drilling it by the end of the year, and I think there's real value to be had. Up in Nunavut, we took the year off this year. It's expensive to get up there. We want to be thoughtful about our treasury, but we had a big strike end of last year. It's told us that there's actually discovery potential in the shear zones. Typically, you've been looking at iron formations. That's 1.3 million ounces of historical drilling. We started drilling underneath it. This is where you get the big bulge bracket companies looking up for 5 to 6 million ounce discoveries. We're going to go back next year, but we're going to have more money to do it. Last page here really is about the share structure. Obviously, the shares come way off. We've had a huge amount of hurdles that we've been able to get this year in terms of raising money, selling Dolly Varden, hits on the drill, and not to mention we raised $11 million about a month ago. And what I would tell you about the $11 million is we did it at a private. We didn't do it at a discount. We didn't offer warrants. I've got 20-year relationships in the capital markets industries, and I had my 2 best clients come in. One is a large producer in Canada, senior producer, and the other is probably one of the senior most institutional investment funds in the country of the U.S. They're backing us. They're working strategically with us. They're partners. I think this is a real catalyst for people to take seriously. You just don't have a junior mining company with the backdrop that we've got here. So I hope you give us a chance. I'm in 118 right behind the cameras, and happy to talk more and give you more details. Thank you very much.